It's 4 p.m. Here's what's happening right now on this special early edition of Apple Valley News Now. Benton County deputies investigate a reported school threat involving students. What the investigation at Kiona Benton found about the claims. Also ahead, Kennewick Councilman Brad Klipper calling a proposed home for violent sex offenders unconstitutional. Why he wants to take the fight to the state level. Later, multiple police and fire vehicles at Southridge High School in Kennewick prompt parent concerns why school officials say there is no cause for alarm. And let's go outside, a live picture from our Skycam network. This is overlooking the Tri-Cities. Meteorologist Hayden Nix in for Stacy Lee. Will mild temperatures dominate our forecast? Find out as the news at 4 starts now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, special edition, on your side.
It's Thursday. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy is on assignment. First at 4 o'clock, the Kiona Benton City School District says a reported threat involving a student this week has been deemed unsubstantiated. Superintendent Pete Peterson says the district was notified Tuesday evening after the Benton County Sheriff's Office received a report of a possible threat from an elementary student towards the middle school. Deputies investigated and interviewed those involved, but say the claim could not be verified.
Well, I would simply say that anytime we investigate all threats, and we always partner with Benton County sheriffs who are extremely responsive to the rural areas of the county. I have to commend them for that. But they immediately take the lead on any investigation of this type of material.
No lockdowns were issued, and officials say the investigation is now closed. We did reach out to BCSO for comment, but we have not heard back. In Kennewick, multiple police and fire vehicles, along with officers and paramedics, were seen at Southridge High School. Our newsroom received multiple calls shortly after 9 a.m. from concerned parents asking why there was such a heavy presence. School officials say emergency vehicles on campus were part of a routine safety walkthrough coordinated with the district. Leaders say there was no threat and that the exercise helps ensure students and staff remain safe through a proactive partnership with local first responders. Turning now to First Alert weather, Stacy Lee is off, but meteorologist Hayden Nix is in. And Hayden, are we going to still see that sunshine coming into the weekend?
Oh yeah, it is going to be a beautiful weekend out there, and we'll get to more on that in just a little bit. We're going to see a mixture of some clouds trying to come in, but it is going to be some steady, nice weather. A little bit on the breezy side today, even dare I say windy in some locations out there. 57 degrees currently with the wind at 15 miles per hour, but we've had gusts ranging anywhere between 20 and 40 miles per hour throughout the day. But here in the 4 o'clock hour, things have kind of simmered down just a little bit in most locations. We are still getting a wind gust report of 25 in Hermiston, a little bit higher up towards Ellensburg, where they peaked in the 40+ range, but just below wind advisory criteria earlier. Temperatures are holding just a few degrees above normal for this time of the year in the upper 50s down in the valleys, but not too bad of a Thursday afternoon. Now for tonight, we do expect those temperatures to fall down near freezing in many locations and even some upper 20s in the higher elevations like Yakima. We will go with tomorrow, almost a wash, rinse, and repeat kind of forecast with those highs back in the 50s. As we continue into this weekend, though, a couple things to pay attention to. We are going to see some considerable avalanche danger out there through Friday. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Hayden, thank you. Now to continuing coverage. As residents call for transparency over the home for level 3 sexually violent predators in central Kennewick, one city council member is sharing when he first learned of the home. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz gives you those new details and what the councilman thinks should come next.
Councilman Brad Klipper may be a newcomer to the Kennewick City Council, but he's already got a tall task ahead of him, navigating a proposal that will put a less restrictive alternative home for sex offenders in the middle of the city.
I was quite surprised and also not excited in a positive way about it.
According to the city of Kennewick, 3 council members were invited to a December 11th meeting with the LRA home on the agenda, including Councilman Klipper. The councilman, elected just a month before the meeting, had not officially joined the city council yet, but he says he did participate in some activities in December. He says that he doesn't recall if he attended the meeting or not, and it wasn't until before a January council meeting that he says he heard of the proposal.
My recollection is that I heard about the Kennewick less restrictive alternative was in a public forum setting on a part of the agenda. So I don't remember any special meetings where I heard about the LRA.
Councilman Clippert says he believes the planned home is unconstitutional, and he hopes to take the fight to the state level.
We don't exist to serve the government. The government exists to serve us. And if there is such a large body of people in Kennewick, Washington who says we do not want that home in our neighborhood, they should be listened to.
The councilman says he encourages upset residents to keep voicing their concerns as their fight against the proposal continues. From Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Caleb, thank you for your reporting. The city of Kennewick says that the December meeting included the city manager and Councilman John Trumbo, but it is still unclear if any other members of the council were in attendance. Other news, and to an education alert, the Grandview School District is receiving $300,000 in state funding to boost campus safety. The money will help replace outdated clocks and install a new intercom system at McClure Elementary School, giving staff and students more reliable communication during emergencies. Grandview was one of just 16 districts statewide selected for the grant.
We received the highest award possible for that grant, so it's one of those things where the district is consistently working to make safety improvements across the district.
District officials say the upgrades will help improve emergency communication and overall campus safety as work moves forward in the coming months. Around the world we go. Cuba says its forces shot and killed 4 people in a gunfight who were allegedly attempting to, quote, infiltrate the island. Both Cuban and U.S. officials have now opened investigations into what happened. Michael Yoshida reports.
A deadly gunfight in the waters off Cuba, near Falcones Cay on the northern side of the island. In a statement, Cuba saying border guard troops approached a speedboat after it entered territorial waters, and someone from the speedboat fired at Cuban forces, who then returned fire, wounding its commander. Cuba said its forces killed 4 people and injured and detained 6 others. The country's interior ministry saying the passengers of the speedboat, which was registered in Florida, were Cuban residents in the U.S. and heavily armed with guns and Molotov cocktails, alleging they were trying to infiltrate the island for, quote, terrorist purposes. The incident happened just over 100 miles from Florida. Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying the vessel was not a U.S. government operation, and the U.S. will do its own investigation.
Suffice it to say, it is highly unusual to see shootouts. It's not something that happens every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened with Cuba in a very long time. But we're going to find out. We're not going to base our conclusions on what they've told us.
Florida officials calling for answers and accountability.
I don't trust the Cuban government in anything. I don't trust anything that they say. Their story has already changed, and so we need to find out exactly what happened.
We have got to know what happened from an international perspective and a diplomacy perspective.
The shootout comes amid heightened tensions between the U.S. and Cuba after the U.S. ousting of Cuba ally and Venezuela leader Nicolas Maduro in January. The Trump administration has focused on the island nation, crippling its economy with an oil blockade, which it eased slightly Wednesday, along with talks of regime change. Michael Yoshida reporting.
Cuba's Interior Ministry says 2 of the passengers who survived were previously wanted by the country for terrorism. Now to more local news and in sports, where Hermiston's boys wrestling team won their first ever Washington State Championship. Located in Oregon, just 8 miles from the state border of Washington, Hermiston became the first out-of-state school to compete in Washington high school athletics back in 2018. They won 10 Oregon State titles since 2000, but this was the first time they won a Washington State title. The Bulldogs came in second place for years in a row prior to their victory this past weekend.
It wasn't that can we do this? It was more like when it was going to happen, right? I mean, I think we should have won last year with a few things go a different way. Didn't happen. This year, we put guys out on the mat that were going to win matches and get bonus points. And man, it was just a spectacular finish to lots of hard work and effort that these kids put in, and they deserve it.
3 wrestlers on the team won individual state titles in their weight class as well. Hermiston's girls team also had a strong performance, finishing second in the state. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now, special edition. The Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation transformed their vision into reality. How Wild Horse's massive expansion aims to boost regional tourism. And let's go outside, a live picture from our Skycam network. This is overlooking downtown Yakima. Meteorologist Hayden Nix back with your first alert forecast as we are on your side.
Rivalry nights return to the Toyota Center as the Tri-City Americans and Spokane Chiefs face off in 3 must-see matchups on Saturday, February 21st, Friday, February 27th, and Saturday, March 14th. This rivalry is built on hard hits, fast pace, and intense action. With the standings tight, every shift matters, every hit is felt, and every goal means more. The energy is high from the opening face-off to the final horn. These are games you don't want to miss. Get your tickets now at amshockey.com or the Toyota Center box office.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication
now
shop.
through March 31st, receive rebates up to $495 with the purchase of qualifying Daikin ductless equipment. At Bruce Heating and Air, we'll find the unit that works right in your space. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Back again, Jeff? Well, I'm future you. Our doctor figured out why your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back. It's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Lobster Fest at Red Lobster. The largest variety of lobster dishes, like new Lobster Fest Duo, new Lobster Fest Boil, and create your own lobster lover's dream. It's the one, the only Lobster Fest for limited time.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, and where fans meet their favorite. Chicken Al Pastor, where fire meets flavor.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Back with news out of Northern Oregon, construction is moving forward on a major expansion at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. 8 months into the $100 million project, crews have completed demolition of the old Courtyard Hotel and are now moving into vertical construction on a new 10-story tower that will add 214 rooms. The expansion will also include 15,000 square feet of convention space and a new restaurant, part of a broader effort by the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation to grow tourism and attract more families and events to the region. CEO Gary George says the goal is to create a true destination experience.
Oregon.
And we apologize having some issues with that video, but we do want to point out that next month the casino will hold a ceremony for the last beam placed on the new tower. Resort leaders say construction remains on track for completion in 2027. All right, we're going to head to Pasco now, where a local food bank is partnering with Food Recovery Network to help cut down on food waste and feed more families. St. Vincent de Paul Food Bank says the group connects them with large surplus donations that might otherwise be thrown away. Recently, the food bank picked up 6 pallets of frozen vegetables as demand continues to grow, with more than 1,600 families served each week.
Suppliers don't want to waste food. Growers don't want to waste food. The people who palletized it and prepared it don't want to waste good food.
Food bank leaders say the partnership helps bridge the gap between food suppliers and local families while keeping good food out of landfills. New and local living, Lions Pool in Yakima will close tomorrow due to budget cuts from the city. Originally set to close at the end of 2025, the Yakima City Council pushed the closure date back after a 5-hour council meeting in November. The pool serves as the primary venue for all high school swim teams in the area. While the extension allowed boys swim teams to finish their season this year, it leaves schools and other community users wondering where they will swim now. The Yakima YMCA and Yakima Rotary Aquatic Center will offer one free visit for current Lions Pool Pass holders. And Washington ski resorts are still feeling the effects of one of the lowest snowpack seasons in decades. But there are signs that conditions could be improving after the most recent snowfall in the Cascades. Statewide snowpack has been sitting at around 50 to 55% of normal after the warmest October through January on record caused many winter storms to fall as rain instead of snow. But recent snowfall has made a significant difference on the mountain. Resort officials now say all runs are open following the latest round of storms.
Things really changed for us last week where it started snowing. We picked up over the course of about 10 days, almost 24 inches of new snow.
And I hear a little rumor that our very own Stacy Lee's up there right now. Hey, McGuire also says the fresh snow has improved both coverage and conditions, giving the resort a strong boost as it heads into the 40th anniversary Winter Carnival.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
I just think about that nor'easter that dumped 30-plus inches across some of the major metropolitan areas in the New England states. If we had been able to just transfer a little bit of that over this way, how that could have been a huge impact. But I will say there's no snowfall in the forecast, unfortunately, for any of the big ski resorts areas for both Friday and Saturday. Not to fuss, though, because the snow depth is still in decent shape out there. You want at least 50 inches to be ideal, but no less than 20. So right now, take a look at Schweitzer here. This is going to be 34 for tomorrow with a base depth of 31 inches. And we head over there to Ski Bluewood and a base depth of 25, 37 for a high tomorrow. And then for White Pass, 35 on Friday with a base depth of 40 inches. Winds at 18 miles per hour. That's going to be something we'll have to talk about in just a moment. But with all of this snow, just certainly something to keep in mind as you're doing any of the skiing fun for this Friday or into the weekend. There is going to be a considerable and also moderate on the lower side avalanche danger, and that's going to be for the majority of the northern Cascades here. So just be careful out there. We are going to be watching that very closely. And what's the likelihood of any of this to take place? I'll step out and show you kind of what we're looking at. So avalanches will be possible, natural, human triggered, that could be likely as well. And we could see some small to large avalanches in many areas for the small and in specific locations for the large. So if you are heading to any of these ski resorts, just make sure that you're staying tuned to any local updates for what may be happening in that area. But for the big picture here, for our weather pattern, we're showing, as I mentioned, not much in the way of any snow improvement here. Big ridge of high pressure that's going to keep us nice and quiet. So we had the beautiful weather today, a little bit on the windy side, but we're going to carry this through to Tuesday, where this ridge is just going to meander in the area. But I will say and note one thing here as we go into Friday, the windiness will try to pick back up once more as we have a boundary that kind of cruises just a little bit too close to our viewing area. It's not going to bring any rainfall, unfortunately, but we are going to see that intensity from the frontal boundary helping increase the wind gradient for us here. Outside of that, Saturday and Sunday looking fantastic. We may increase the cloud cover just a touch in our counties in Oregon there, and maybe a slight chance for a shower, 10% or less. Outside of that, dry elsewhere. But as we carry into next week, though, the story begins to change. That ridge of high pressure starts to drift inland, and then we're going to make room for a larger low pressure system to start to work its way down from Alaska. And as it begins to lift into the Pacific Northwest, look what happens Tuesday night into Wednesday. Starting Tuesday night into Wednesday, we will begin to see some disturbance lifting onshore and giving us an opportunity for some rainfall. Now, guidance is still back and forth on how intense this will likely be, so make sure to check back for updates over the next several days here as we start to see what could play out with this setup here. But overall, rain chances are looking to increase towards the middle of next week. Back to the top of the forecast. forecast temperatures tonight into the lower 30s and upper 20s. Tomorrow, back to where we were today with those readings in the 50s. For the Tri-Cities area, we'll look at a 20% chance of rain on Wednesday, but keeping it dry until then. Yakima, rain chances on the lower side. We're going to hold with 50s for high temperatures, which is just a couple of degrees above normal. Ellensburg, 20% chance of rain on Wednesday after having temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s for this weekend. 20% chance of rain for Hermiston. And then for Walla Walla, looking at the best rain opportunity there, 70% possible next Wednesday, 10% on Saturday.
Hayden in for Stacey. Thank you, sir. Good weather all around. Coming up next in your spotlight, writing talent shining at RadCon, why one student's imagination is earning her recognition. That's next.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Every heartbeat is a second chance. At Prosser Memorial Health, our cardiac rehabilitation program empowers your recovery with expert care and state-of-the-art TechnoGym smart equipment for safe, personalized fitness after a heart event. Whether you've had a heart attack, bypass surgery, valve repair, or heart failure, ask your provider for a referral. With tailored sessions over 12 weeks, supervised by medical professionals, we support your whole health, body, mind, and heart. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Good sleep is essential to life, health, and happiness. And all good sleep starts with the right mattress. With Doctor's Choice from Denver Mattress, you'll find the perfect combination of body-cradling comfort and reactive support. And with 10 levels of comfort to choose from, I put my trust in Consumer Reports' recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Patients ask me how I treat my own back issues, and I suggest they turn to Doctor's Choice at Denver Mattress.
It's what I did and continue to do to maintain my active lifestyle.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Saturday primetime in Sunday Showcase on ABC.
We appreciate you staying with us. A student transformed her love for Friends and dystopian fiction into an award-winning story. Alicia Smith is a junior at Riverview High School, and during RadCon, her short story placed second in the division. Her tale depicts teenagers trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic Findlay. Think about that. Have an idea for the spotlight? Send it to us through any of our social media platforms, X, TikTok, Nextdoor, Facebook, or Instagram. We'll have a final look at your weather right after this.
Ski Bluewood on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Hot Tub, Hot Tub, Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2026 inventory. Friday through Sunday. 2 locations, Coeur d'Alene and Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2026 inventory. Deep, deep discounts. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Kootenai County Fairgrounds, Coeur d'Alene, and Hapo Center, Pasco. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
More Furniture Sleep Savings Event, designed to help you sleep better with comfort, style, and value. The Jamestown Panel Bed at $399. The Malibu Panel Bed at $399. M. Lily mattresses up to 50% off. And the lowest sofa at $399. Enjoy 72 months. No interest financing on mattresses and our free white glove delivery, where every detail is handled with care. Visit a More Furniture store near you and experience the difference. Or visit us online at morefurniture.com.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans start at $20 a month.
Rivalry nights return to the Toyota Center as the Tri-City Americans and Spokane Chiefs face off in 3 must-see matchups on Saturday, February 21st, Friday, February 27th, and Saturday, March 14th. This rivalry is built on hard hits, fast pace, and intense action. With the standings tight, every shift matters, every hit is felt, and every goal means more. The energy is high from the opening faceoff to the final horn. These are games you don't want to miss. Get your tickets now at amshockey.com or the Toyota Center box office.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our board-certified surgeons and surgical podiatrists specialize in orthopedic care tailored to you. Services include precise joint replacement with Mako robotic surgery, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We're here to help you maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the deep.
Kraken Blues. Coverage begins at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Nashville left in. Let's clear a path.
911 Nashville is heating up with all new episodes. Don't miss a single second. 911 Nashville tonight on ABC.
Let's get one last tour of the 7-day forecasts here across the area. Now let's take one look here showing what the Tri-Cities is going to be looking at for this weekend. Temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 50s. We will start to see that rain chance returning by Wednesday, but keeping it on the low side for now. But we are watching that closely as this disturbance could be bringing a little bit more intensity than currently forecast, but certainly something that's not high confidence right now. Walla Walla got a 70% chance of rain next Wednesday, with a small chance on Monday. We will have some breezy conditions again for tomorrow as we see a boundary nearing the area, but it won't be too much. We'll keep it just below wind advisory criteria with overnight lows hovering down into the 30s.
All right, thank you very much, Hayden. Finally for you, I think we have our viewer photo, your reason to smile. Yeah, there it is, Chuck Lawless Jr. This is in Richland. Bird alert at Howard Amen on Wednesday. Chuck, thank you. Get your pictures in. Just scan that QR code. This is sponsored by Lifetime Dental Care. Again, Chuck, thank you very much. Hey, that's going to do it for this early edition of Apple Valley News Now. Coming up next, the Seattle Kraken take on the St. Louis Blues. Pre-game starts in just about 20 seconds from now. We'll be back with more local news at 11. I'm Austin Reed, hoping your news is good news.